Let's talk about semicolons and lists. These problems show up on the boundaries skill and the hard difficulty especially. Probably our biggest clue that we are looking at a list that has internal punctuation and uses semicolons is whenever we see this, semicolon and. That probably means that we have a list of 3 or more items that are separated by a semicolon. We might have some commas in there as well, but that's what we're looking for. So in this particular sentence, we have item number 1 in the list, offered storytelling in both English and Spanish. And then we have a detail about that with a comma, an uncommon practice at the time. At that point, after that, we want to have a semicolon like choice B, because then we have item 2, celebrated, blah, 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 comma, an important community holiday, semicolon, and number 3, put on puppet shows, dramatizing Puerto Rican folktales. So in this sentence, we have a list of 3 things. A couple of them have commas, the first one and the second one. The third one does not. For that reason, we put semicolons between them. Here's another sentence that has semicolons between a list. Again, we're looking for that semicolon and. That's a really good clue. We'll see that item number 1 is natural debris, comma, such as dried leaves. Then we put a semicolon. Item number 2 is man-made trash, comma, such as plastic bags, a semicolon. That's number 2, man-made trash. Item number 3 is more traditional art supplies, comma, such as tree glue. So here we follow a more rigid structure. Each item has comma, such as something. We just need to make sure that we put the semicolons between the items. So the one that has 2 like this does not work. Choice B. Here's a third question like that. Notice we have semicolon and, great clue. And dedicated to number 1, growing diverse plant species, comma, both native and non-native. Number 2, fostering scientific research. Number 3, educating the public. So you'll notice that's parallelism there, growing, fostering, educating. That's where the items begin. We often see that sort of parallel structure, which gives us a clue that we need a comma after species, but a semicolon after non-native, because this part, both native and non-native, is describing the diverse plant species. It's not its own item in the list. Yet another semicolon and we see that we have item number 1, The Joys of Motherhood, comma, a novel about the changing roles of women in 1950s, Lagos. Then a semicolon, because item number 2 is a television play, we have A Kind of Marriage, which is the title, then comma, the description, a television play about the private struggles of a newlywed couple in Nigeria. Number 3, Head Above Water, her autobiography. So notice that these items all begin with an italicized title. That's how you know where to put the semicolons, choice B. Another example, see the semicolon and let's look at the parallelism. There are 3 items here. Item number 1 is in Oklahoma we helped produce an app, the name of the app, Chickasaw Basic, comma, in 2009. The second item is a network, an online television network, comma. We have the name of that, Chickasaw TV, then a comma, in 2010. Notice how in 2010 is before the semicolon. That's a clue about the structure of each of these items. Same thing happens with the last one. We have the course, we have the name of it, well, not even commas there, but we have the name. And then we end with comma in 2015. So that tells you that if we have comma in 2015 or comma in 2010, we should also have comma in 2009, which is like choice C.